Imagine if, instead of seeking answers in the world around you, you could find all the strength and wisdom you need in moments of silence and solitude. Today, we will explore how loneliness, one of the greatest allies of the Stoics, can be the way to transform your life from the inside out. For the Stoics, loneliness was seen as a powerful tool for self-knowledge and personal development. And in this video, we will understand how we can apply 10 benefits of loneliness under this philosophical perspective in our modern life. Before we embark on this journey, we would like to ask you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss more content like this. And don't forget to share your opinion in the comments. 1. The importance of loneliness in Stoicism. Before we dive into the benefits of loneliness, it is important to understand what Stoicism has to teach us about it. Unlike the modern view, where loneliness is often associated with sadness or isolation, the Stoics saw it in a very different way. For them, solitude was a priceless space for introspection, self-knowledge, and moral growth. In a world full of distractions, the Stoics saw loneliness as a unique opportunity to reconnect with their deepest feelings and values without the masks we usually wear in society. The quest for self-reliance. Another central concept in Stoicism is self-sufficiency, that is, the ability to find peace and happiness without relying on the expectations or opinions of others. And loneliness was an essential way to achieve this inner independence. Being alone, we have the chance to develop an internal force that does not shake in front of external changes. In this state, we become emotionally stronger and less influenced by the fluctuations and judgments of the world around us. 2. Deep self-knowledge. One of the main Stoic teachings is the importance of deep self-knowledge. Loneliness offers us a safe environment to reflect on who we really are. It is as if we were in front of a mirror, where we can see ourselves without filters, without the interference of external judgments. In this process, we begin to understand our emotions, fears, aspirations, and doubts in a clearer and truer way. Self-awareness and self-sufficiency. For the Stoics, self-knowledge is the first step to true emotional independence. When we understand who we really are, we stop seeking validation in the outside world and begin to find strength and peace within ourselves. This self-sufficiency brings us a lasting tranquility because we are no longer so affected by the constant changes and opinions of the outside world. Practicing the internal dialogue. A key element of self-awareness is internal dialogue. Imagine sitting in silence, reflecting on your choices, your desires, and even your mistakes, as if you were in a conversation with a wise and compassionate friend. This kind of dialogue helps us to better understand ourselves and make decisions that are more in line with our true values. 3. Development of the municipality. Now, let's delve into a concept that resonated deeply with the ancient Stoics: the development of autarky, or the ability to govern oneself with wisdom and inner strength. Have you ever wondered how to achieve true inner peace without depending on what happens around you? The answer may be in solitude and independence defended by the Stoics. The power of self-reliance. Self-sufficiency, or autarky, is one of the pillars of Stoic philosophy. For the Stoics, it was essential to develop an internal force capable of resisting the uncertainties and changes of the outside world. Loneliness plays a crucial role in this process because it allows us to disconnect from distractions and noise around us, focusing on ourselves and reducing the impact of external influences. Think of independence as an armor that protects us from the opinions, expectations, and judgments of others. When we are always surrounded by these influences, maintaining inner peace becomes a constant battle. Loneliness gives us the necessary space to trust our own wisdom and discernment away from these pressures. The personal domain. Opportunity. For the Stoics, self-sufficiency culminated in self-control. When we are alone, we are forced to deal with our own emotions and impulses. We learn to observe them without necessarily acting on them immediately. This control enables us to make more conscious and ethical decisions rather than simply reacting to situations automatically. Living with less. In a society that values accumulation and consumption, self-sufficiency teaches us to live with less. The Stoics appreciated simplicity and moderation. Loneliness offers us the chance to appreciate the essential and realize that we do not need material goods to feel complete. We find the true wealth within us rather than taking it out. 4. Facing the emotions. Now let's explore a theme that resonates deeply with all of us: how to deal with emotions in a calm and balanced way, according to Stoicism. Loneliness can be a valuable ally in this process. Understanding of emotions. Emotions are like waves in the ocean, sometimes soft and other times intense. The Stoics recognized that emotions are part of the human condition, but also emphasized the importance of not being dominated by them. Loneliness gives us a safe environment to explore our emotions without judgment or external pressure. Dissociative observation. Think of loneliness as a space for experimentation to observe your emotions. When we are alone, we can analyze them more objectively instead of being dragged by them. It's like watching clouds passing in the sky. This distance allows us to react with more intelligence and less impulsiveness. Stoic techniques. The Stoics have developed powerful techniques to deal with emotions. One of them is the anticipation, where we imagine difficult scenarios and practice how to respond to them in a calm and rational way. Another technique is meditation on death, which helps us to put our concerns into perspective and to value the present with more gratitude. For Stoics, emotions can be turned into virtues. Fear can be converted into courage, anger into self-discipline, and sadness into resilience. Loneliness offers us the necessary space to reflect on our emotions, understand their causes, and direct their energy to virtuous actions. 5. Clarity in decision-making. Now, let's discuss this extremely important topic from a Stoic perspective. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the decisions you need to make? Loneliness can be a valuable guide in this process. The decisive battle at the crossroads of life. Making decisions is like navigating a sky full of stars. The options seem endless, and often the noise of other people's opinions can confuse us. Solitude, in this context, functions as a space of silence and reflection. When we isolate ourselves from external noise, we can analyze our options with more serenity and clarity. The refuge from loneliness. Think of loneliness as a safe haven in the midst of a storm. In times of difficulty, moving away from external expectations and pressures gives us the opportunity to find comfort within ourselves. It is in this space of quietness that we can organize our thoughts, manage our emotions, and gather forces to face challenges with more courage. 6. The Stoic vision of adversity. The Stoics saw adversity as an opportunity to strengthen the spirit. When we are alone, we can take this historical view and ask ourselves, what can I learn from this situation? How can I grow in the face of this obstacle? Loneliness allows us to turn difficulties into opportunities to cultivate virtues such as patience, self-discipline, and resilience. Mental training in loneliness. Just as an athlete trains his body to gain strength, in solitude we can train our mind to deal with challenges calmly and determinedly. The Stoics practiced what they called anticipation of evil. That is, they imagined challenging scenarios and prepared their answers, cultivating resilience and independence. This type of mental preparation enables us to face the challenges of life in a more proactive and balanced way. 7. Appreciation of simple things. Now, let's dive into a theme that connects us to joy and contentment. The appreciation of simple things. Have you ever felt that the constant search for more is hurting your happiness? Loneliness can help us find joy in simplicity. The desire for simplicity. We live in a society that glorifies consumerism and the incessant search for novelties. Stoics, however, remind us of the value of simplicity. Loneliness gives us the chance to distance ourselves from this cycle of consumption and appreciate the small joys that often go unnoticed. She invites us to value the everyday moments and find satisfaction in what we already have. The relationship between satisfaction and loneliness. For the Stoics, joy was an essential virtue to achieve inner peace. Loneliness helps us cultivate this virtue by allowing us to question our desires. In moments of solitude, we reflect if we are really chasing what brings us true happiness, or if we are just stuck in the endless search for more. The Stoic perspective of gratitude. Gratitude is a central pillar of Stoic philosophy. When we are alone, we can practice gratitude by reflecting on the blessings we have already received in life, whether it is our health, relationships, or even the comfort of our environment. This exercise helps us find joy in the present instead of constantly looking for something in the future. 8. Promoting internal dialogue. Now let's dive into this subject that invites us to explore the depths of our mind. Have you ever wanted to have honest conversations with yourself? Solitude offers the ideal space to discover yourself through this type of dialogue. The art of internal dialogue. Talking to yourself can be like having a wise and compassionate friend inside your mind. When we are in solitude, we allow ourselves to have these inner conversations, exploring our thoughts, desires, and values. It is a safe space where we can reflect on our lives without fear of judgment. This moment of introspection allows us to look inside with serenity. Space for deep contemplation. Imagine loneliness as a studio of reflection where you can examine the deeper questions of your existence. Being alone allows us to devote time to contemplation about our choices, goals, and direction of life. Internal dialogue gives us the opportunity to ask questions, challenge our beliefs, and explore new perspectives. The power of deep questions. The Stoics believed in the value of reflective questions for self-knowledge. In moments of loneliness, we may question ourselves in a way that awakens our inner wisdom. Questions like, what is really important to me? Logically, what qualities do I want to cultivate? Or how can I live in harmony with nature? They lead us into a deep dialogue, helping to illuminate the way to a more meaningful life, turning internal dialogue into action. Internal dialogue should not be limited to thought. It needs to be transformed into action. Loneliness allows us to plan how to apply these reflections in our daily lives. This process of introspection helps align our actions with our deepest values, making our decisions reflect the wisdom we cultivate. 9. Connection with nature and the universe. Now, let's approach this theme that connects us to the vastness of the universe from a Stoic perspective. Faced with the vastness of the world around us, loneliness can be a guide to discover this deep connection. The universe as a master. To the Stoics, the universe was a great teacher, offering lessons on the nature of life and virtue. When we are alone, we can contemplate the stars in the sky and feel that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. This connection with the cosmos inspires us to reflect on our existence and our role in the order of the universe. Reflection in nature. Think of loneliness as a bridge between your mind and nature. When we are alone, we can walk through a forest, contemplate the ocean, or simply enjoy a sunset. Solitude offers us the opportunity to appreciate the natural beauty around us and makes us reflect on how nature mirrors Stoic virtues such as harmony, simplicity, and constancy. The Stoic perspective of human triviality. The Stoics saw human problems as relatively trivial in view of the grandeur of the cosmos. In moments of loneliness, we can reflect on how our desires and concerns become insignificant before the vastness of the universe. This perspective helps us to give less importance to the small things and to concentrate on what really matters. 10. The cultivation of virtue and wisdom. Finding harmony with nature was essential for the Stoics because they believed that this balance led to inner peace. Loneliness offers us the opportunity to reflect on how our actions and decisions fit into the order of the cosmos, allowing us to consider how they affect ourselves, others, and the environment around us. In this process, we cultivate virtue and inner tranquility. Now we come to a central theme in Stoicism: the cultivation of virtue and inner peace. Have you ever wanted to live with wisdom and serenity, even in the midst of trials? Loneliness can be your guide on this noble journey. Virtue as a final goal. For the Stoics, virtue was the ultimate aspiration. Imagine it as a beacon that guides their actions and decisions in life. In moments of loneliness, you can reflect on how to live virtuously in various circumstances, finding true inner peace. The inner tranquility. Inner tranquility is one of the most valuable pillars of Stoicism. In the chaos of life, loneliness helps us to achieve this state of peace. It offers a moment to meditate on how to maintain serenity in challenging situations and serves us as an emotional oasis where we can recharge and strengthen ourselves. Loneliness as a school of self-deculation. The Stoics knew that self-discipline was essential to cultivate both virtue and equanimity. Loneliness gives us the space to practice self-discipline, whether it's resisting distractions or focusing on what really matters. This practice strengthens us to face the temptations and challenges of everyday life more firmly. Self-reflection and continuous improvement. Loneliness is a fertile ground for self-reflection and continued growth. It allows us to examine our past actions, identify areas of improvement, and set goals for becoming more ethical and balanced people. It is in this space of stillness that we can nurture a constant commitment to our own personal development. As we navigate modern life, we can apply these Stoic teachings, reserving moments of solitude to cultivate our self-sufficiency, face our emotions with serenity, make wiser decisions, and above all, seek virtue and inner tranquility. Remember that you have the power to create moments of loneliness in your life, whether through meditation, contemplation in nature, reflective reading, or inner dialogues. In doing so, you are following the footsteps of the ancient Stoics and treading a path of self-discovery and spiritual growth. Thank you for watching and sharing this philosophical journey with us. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and sign up for more inspiring content. Share in the comments your experiences with loneliness and Stoicism, and always remember that loneliness can be a powerful ally on your journey to become the best version of yourself. See you next time.